Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be filming a project pan for you guys. This is my introduction video to my project pan for 2020. I have 20 products here that I plan on using up by the end of the year, and I wanted to take you guys all through what I was going to use up, or what I'm hoping to use up by the end of the year. I'm super into sustainability for 2020. I'm super conscious of the amount of waste that I'm contributing to the environment at the moment, and I do think a project pan is the greatest way to utilize what we already have and stop being a part of consumerism. I'm really into stepping back from purchasing so much makeup all the time. Basically all of that ends up in the bin. All the products end up in the bin, and if we don't use the products up, it's just taking up space and we're contributing to the environmental issues that we're having today. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into the video. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave and give this video a big thumbs up before you go, and I will also have my social medias in the description box below, and also all the items that I use today will also be in the description box below. I will give you a little bit of a mini review on the things that I'm currently utilizing as well, and let you know if I think it's worth purchasing if you are interested. But for me, these are products that once they're used, they're gone. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so first up is foundation. So my all-time favorite foundation is the NARS Radiance Foundation, Luminous Radiance Foundation. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, I'm so sorry. My goal is to not purchase any more foundations until I've used these ones up. So I know that last year there was a massive influx in terms of foundations that were released into the market, and I totally became part of that hype. Like, I was so excited to try all these new foundations, but I already had my all-time favorite foundation in my kit anyway, so I don't know why I really took to the marketing of that and I purchased so many, and I already had a whole bunch in my collection as well. So these three are the ones that I'm going to try and get through this year. So we have this is my oldest one, the Huda Beauty, oh gosh, what is this? Huda Beauty Faux Filter High Coverage Cream Foundation in the shade Cheesecake. So this one's looking a little bit banged up. It's got foundation marks all over it. I'm wearing this foundation today. I've had this one the longest. It has got quite a bit of product in it. It's got 250 grams of product. Look, I use foundation every single day when I go to work, so I can't see this being too much of an issue in terms of using it up. Foundations, I just plow through them, so it's not a problem. I think it kind of makes me break out though, so I'm a little bit hesitant about that. But next up is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. Yeah, Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I don't mind this product, it's okay. I don't know what it is about the Fenty foundations though. For some reason, I don't know, when they oxidize grey on me. I don't know what it is, but I don't know, this colour match isn't quite right to me. So this is in the shade 200. I think I needed 220, I can't remember, but when it oxidizes, it doesn't look quite right. Like normally, I know it doesn't look like it's going to match me on camera, but it does oxidize. So that's another one I'm going to try and use up. And then the last product that I'm going to try and use up is this one. It's the Anaistasia foundation that came out last year. This is the Luminous foundation. Everybody knew about this one. Everyone was talking about it. It came out at the same time as the Urban Decay Naked foundation. I purchased that one too, but I love that one. This one, not so much. I don't think it's quite the right shade for me either. I'm thinking of mixing this with some of my lighter foundations that I've got to try and get the right shade, but I don't know, this one kind of looks funny on my skin. It's got very similar packaging to that NARS foundation that I was talking about earlier, but it's just not quite there in terms of the kind of foundation that I'm looking for. So I'm going to try and use this one up this year as well. Now moving on to setting sprays. So I've got two here that I'm going to try and use up. I don't know how I'm going to be able to measure month by month how much of this particular product I'm using. Pretty Vulgar Lock It In setting spray. So I got this because of the packaging. I thought it was really cute and I could put it on my vanity, and I know it would look really nice there, but I don't know, it smells really funny. It just doesn't smell nice at all. You know how everyone was talking about the Huda Beauty one being a really potent smell? This one's just gross. Like, it's not potent, it just smells funky. So I don't think I'll be purchasing anything from Pretty Vulgar like ever again, because if it smells like this, I don't know, it's not really a nice scent to put on your face every single morning. So I'm going to use this one up. Hopefully it is a glass bottle, so it's quite nice in that perspective, but the product itself is just meh. it's whatever. The next setting spray that I'm hoping to use up this year is the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with aloe, chamomile and lavender. So this one I've already used quite a bit of, as you can see. There's still a bit there. There's about a third left, but I've had this one in my makeup collection for ages. It needs to go. It needs to get out of there. I don't know how long these products are good for, to be honest. Well, it does say 24 months on the back, but I actually don't know if I've had this for 24 months or not. So I just want to get it out of my collection, want it gone. So this is going to be the next setting spray that I use after the Pretty Vulgar one. Moving on to primers. So I've got two primers here that I want to use up. The first one is the Ole Hendikson Banana Bright Face Primer. I love this primer. This is so good. This is the one that I'm using at the moment. The reason why I want to use this up really, really quickly is because it has a 6-month expiration date. So I'm not quite sure if I've had this for 6 months. Like, I don't plow through primers as fast as I do foundations. I don't feel like I need to layer it up, so they take a little bit longer for me to get through. So I actually don't know if this is expired or not. So I'm using this every single day to try and get it out of my collection, but it is a fantastic primer. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend you go out and get it. The primer that I've got to also pan this year, or to use up, is the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Primer. So this one just here, it's, I don't know, I'm not really into hydrating products. It's not my thing. Like, my skin gets oily, like you can already see. I have combination skin, so my skin gets oily throughout the day. I don't have the dry issues. I purchased this because Jaclyn Hill was ranting about it years ago. It has to go. It's definitely expired. I'm not one of those people that's like, it's expired, I'm not touching it. I mean, I don't have unlimited amounts of money, so I'm going to use the products that I've got, whether they've expired or not, and I'm going to run that risk. It's just the reality of it. So this is one that definitely needs to go. I've used it a little bit already. I don't mind it. I've used it on the odd occasion, so I'm hoping to use this one up this year pretty quickly. Oh, please ignore my nails. I haven't had them done. They're so bad. So moving on to bronzers. I've got two bronzers here that I want to use up for 2020. The reason why I've got two in here is because my first one's pretty much done. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I love this bronzer. I would love to repurchase this in the future. So my goal for my project pan this year is to use up as much of my makeup as possible and consolidate into one bag as best I can. I am training as a makeup artist as well, so my kit doesn't count, but all of the stuff that I purchased for my kit will be staying in my kit, and that's it. And then the rest of the makeup I would love to consolidate into one little makeup bag, and then that's it. So that's the goal. And this will probably be something that I repurchase to pop into my final makeup bag that I use on the daily. So I have got a fair pan on this already, as you can see. So I use this every single day. This is an awesome colour. It's very neutral. It still smells like pineapples or whatever it is, and it's a really good bronzer if you haven't got it, and it's super affordable. But the second bronzer that I've got in here to be as the product that I use after I finish that one up, because I think I've got maybe about 2 months worth of that product left, is this one here, which is the Too Faced Sweet Tea. Yeah, the Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. It just looks like this here. I absolutely love this bronzer. I've used it on a couple of occasions. So it has a bit of luminosity to it. It's got the two different tones there, which are fantastic. So I think this is so cute. I actually can't wait to start diving into this product. I want to really enjoy using it, and I think it looks fantastic on the skin. I really love glowy products for the powders on my skin. I don't like glowy primers and glowy foundations. I like satin foundations, but I love glowy powders. So I'm super excited to give this one a go this year and hopefully use it up. Okay, so moving on to highlighters. I have two highlighters, again, same sort of reason as the bronzers. It's because the main highlighter that I'm using at the moment has hit major pan, so I want to have a second one in there that I can rotate through to later in the year. So this is the Tarte Exposed Highlighter. I got this forever ago. Highlighters last so long, but I have hit major pan on this one as well. So it is a beautiful highlighter for every day if you work in like a corporate environment or anything like that. This highlighter isn't too much. There's about 4 months worth of product left in there, and then I want to step into another highlighter, which is going to be my tried and true MAC Soft and Gentle. This is so old. It's in the original mineralized skin finish packaging. There is so much product in here. This is what started it all. This is the first ever highlighter that I purchased. I can't tell you how old it is. I've never gotten rid of it because of nostalgia reasons. Still works totally fine. Like, it's no issues with it whatsoever. I mean, you can see it there. It's so beautiful, but it's like, it's 100 years old. It needs to go. So I'm going to do my best with this one this year after I finish the exposed highlighter and hopefully get it out of my collection. If I do, I probably will repurchase it and pop it into my kit. It is a very good highlighter for all skin types. So love that one. So going into a few more powders, I've got 2 blushes here. I am being quite bold with my ambitions with blush. Blush is the hardest for me to get through, to be perfectly honest, but I'm going to try and get through 2 this year. So I have first up the Too Faced Sweet Peach blush here, which I'm going to try and use up. I absolutely love this shade. It's so pretty. So I've already started using it in the month of January. We are now in February, so I thought, well, I'm technically a month behind, but some of these products I have already been using. So this is the initial blush that I'm going to try and use up this year. But if I do manage to somehow get through this blush, which I doubt, I did want to have a backup blush just in case, and that is going to be the Milani Luminouso blush. So I love this blush, but it's just getting a bit old. So this is the blush here. I do love it. It does have that luminosity to it as well. So I can't see myself having any issues using this up. It's just how fast I get through this one first versus actually picking this one up. So if I find that I can't get through the first blush, I probably will integrate another product just to make sure that I have enough in my pans, because I want to have 20 for 2020, and we can go from there. So I'm going to try and get through 2 powders this year, loose powders. I tend to have a real thing for pressed powders. I have my all-time favorite pressed powder, which I've talked about in my 2019 favorites. I will pop it up in the tags above my head. Go and click on that and have a look at it. All of my all-time favorite products are in there, and my favorite pressed powders in there. So I'm going to try and get rid of 2 loose powders. Both of them are by Fenty Beauty just here. These are huge. These are absolutely massive. So I've got one in the shade Butter, and then I have one in Lavender. I purchased Lavender because Jaclyn Hill was talking about it when she did her room tour, and she said that she liked it for brightening the under eyes. It's literally purple. I have no idea why I decided to pick up. Such a waste of money. I don't know why I just get sucked into this stuff. But I do have Butter as well, which is here. So I'm going to try and use the 2 of these up this year. I've worked out with these products less is more, so hopefully it works out. Maybe I could use this when I'm fair, which is like never, but maybe, I don't know. So these are the 2 that I'm hoping to use up at the moment. So they're pretty much fresh. As you can see on this one here, the line is still quite high. I will be marking all of these products after this video, and then also on the Lavender we are looking still quite high. So both of these products are basically brand new and full. So I will be marking all of this, like I said, at the end of this video, so we can track them against each other each month. But this is probably going to be a tough one, to be honest. I use powder every day, but to get through these 2, I reckon I'll be set for the whole year with these ones. Okay, so now we're going to do my eyeshadow palette that I'm going to try and use up in 2020. I'm not using anything else at the moment. I'm just using this particular eyeshadow palette. This is my oldest eyeshadow palette in my collection. I've had it forever. There was a huge hype around this palette. Everybody had it. You can still get it now. It's a part of the permanent line. I've just realized that I've got a lot of Too Faced products in this particular project pan, which is weird because I don't really have that many Too Faced products, but they must all be in this project pan. But the palette that I'm going to use up this year is going to be the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Now I've chosen this one because it is extremely neutral, so it should be easy for me to get through. Now I've already got a couple of pans in here, which kind of gives me a little bit of a leg up on the competition per se, but I have used this all month in January as well. I love obviously these 2 shades. I can do an everyday natural look with those 2 shades, but there's still quite a lot in there that I can work with to do an everyday corporate kind of look with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with the purples, and don't know what I'm going to do with the pinks. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to do my best to get rid of as much product out of this particular eyeshadow palette as I possibly can. I do want it gone by the end of the year. If I can't pan the whole thing, no matter what, it's going in the bin. I've stood on it before. It's got like a dent in the actual product. It's not actually straight. I'm not quite sure if you can see that there, but it's like not even straight. This is so expired. It's not even funny. Like, I can't believe I'm admitting this. They still work, so I'm not really too fussed. And I mean, I've spent good money on it, so I'm not going to throw them away. But this particular palette is going to be leaving my collection this year no matter what, and I'm super excited to use up as much as I possibly can. So I will be taking photos of everything after this video as well, just to make sure that we have a good record of what each month looks like throughout the year, and hopefully we can get this one down to completely empty. So to conclude my actual 20 products that I really want to get rid of in 2020, I've got this Kylie Jenner lip pencil. I've lost the lid on it, that I really want to use up. This is in the shade Bare. I love it. This is a really, really nice shade. I also have the actual liquid lipstick to go with it, which is also in Bare. I would love to use this up as well. I actually really, really, really like the Kylie Velvet liquid lipsticks, which is what this particular type of liquid lipstick is. It's a really, really nice formula. I don't know why people don't talk about it more often, but these are two that I'm desperately trying to use up. And then a lip gloss that I'm going to try and use up is this Marc Jacobs lip gloss. So it's kind of gone really funny, if you can't see. It's kind of gone like really funny on the ends. I'm not quite sure why, because it's definitely not expired, and I'm not quite sure if, I don't know if it needs to be mixed, but I don't know. I'm going to try and use this up this year. It's an absolutely beautiful product. I really, really love it. So I can't see that being too much of an issue to get rid of. I've given myself a few easy ones in this project pen. I've given myself a few tricky ones. So I'm thinking all round it's going to be a lot of fun. But I have also got a couple of products that I want to share with you guys that I'm also going to be trying to use up. They're not necessarily a part of this project pen, but if I can get rid of them this year, I would really love to. And they are lip products. I feel like I smashed through foundations and lip products the most, so I'm going to try and move as much of those as I possibly can this year. And some of the ones that I'm trying to move include these ones just here. So I have a sample just here of a Tarte H2O gloss. This is in the shade Hang 10. So I know it's a cute little gloss. It's super opaque, so I'm going to try and use that one up. I've also got a lippy stick in the shade Lumiere from Colourpop. This is so old, it's like all of the Colourpop's actually rubbed off on the packaging, so I don't know, it's a really, really beautiful purpley colour. So I can't really see it being too hard to use up. I don't really love purples on me, but I don't know, give it a go. I also have two MAC lipsticks here that I'm going to try and use up. I have the shades Velvet Teddy and Cream in Your Coffee. They're both neutral shades, so they just look like this here. I don't know. Since I've gone brunette, I think I like warm tones on me a little bit more than I used to. So hopefully Velvet Teddy will be an easy one to smash through as well. I'm also trying to get through Modesty as well, because I know that they have their Back to MAC program, which is really awesome. So that's kind of being a part of that sustainable argument that I talked about at the beginning of my video. I don't want to produce as much waste. So if they're able to recycle the packaging on these MAC lipsticks, then I'm all about doing the whole Back to MAC program. And then the last product that I am going to try and get rid of in 2020 is this Stila Sale Day liquid lipstick in the shade Bachi. My all-time favorite liquid lipstick is Caramello, but I'm going to try and use this one up this year as well. Okay, so that is everything from me for my 2020 project pan introduction. I will be taking photos of everything at the end of this video. I would love for you guys to come on this journey with me, so please do not forget to subscribe before you leave, and possibly give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more videos about me using up products rather than purchasing products. One of my major goals this year is to not purchase as much makeup. I think my next video, or the video after, is actually going to be me talking about how much money I spent on makeup in 2019. It actually hurts. I decided to sit down and crunch the numbers on everything, and it was astonishing just how much money I spent on makeup. It actually hurts. So my goal this year is to not spend as much. I'm going to be talking about potentially a no buy in my next video as well. If I do, I will link that in the description box below. It's going to be a year of completely changing my relationship with makeup, and I would love for you guys to come on this journey with me, because I think it's a super positive shift in the beauty community. So don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and follow me on my socials. I will have them all down in the description box below as well. And that's pretty much everything from me. So have a nice day, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!